Hey everyone, it's Bobman and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of optical illusions, but with a twist. We're not just going to trick your eyes, we're going to uncover hidden aspects of your personality. You might be familiar with the type of optical illusions that hide several images within one. But did you know that what you first see in such an image can speak volumes about your personality? Before you get to know yourself on a whole new level with the help of these optical illusions, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Let's get started. Our first illusion features a frog, but can you see anything else hidden within the image? What you spot first can reveal a lot about your personality. If you saw the frog right away, you're likely a very straightforward person. You value honesty and directness in all your interactions. People perceive you as confident and trustworthy because what you see is what you get. There's no sugarcoating or hidden agendas with you. This straightforward nature makes you a reliable friend and confidant. People know they can count on you for your honest opinion and sound advice. However, it's also important to remember that not everyone appreciates blunt honesty. Sometimes a little tact and diplomacy can go a long way. Now let's move on to the next illusion and see what other personality traits we can uncover. Our next image features not one, but 3 bears. Did you spot them right away? If so, you might have a strong analytical mind. People who see the 3 bears first tend to approach problems logically and systematically. Instead of getting overwhelmed by the big picture, you break down complex issues into smaller, more manageable parts. This step-by-step approach allows you to analyze each component carefully and develop effective solutions. However, it's important to remember that not everything in life can be solved with logic alone. Sometimes you need to tap into your intuition and consider the emotional aspects of a situation. Ready for the next illusion? Let's see what it reveals about you. This next illusion features 2 squirrels perched on a tree branch. Did you spot them immediately? If so, you might be a big picture thinker. You have a knack for seeing the forest for the trees, understanding the overall context rather than getting bogged down in the details. This ability allows you to grasp the essence of a situation quickly and develop a clear vision of the future. However, it's also important to remember that the devil is often in the details. While seeing the big picture is crucial, neglecting the finer points can sometimes lead to oversights. A balanced approach, combining both broad vision and meticulous attention, will serve you well. Let's move on to the next illusion and see what other hidden aspects of your personality we can uncover. Our next illusion presents a man with binoculars. Did this image jump out at you first? If so, you might be someone who prefers to focus on the big picture and trust their intuition when making decisions. You're not one to get bogged down in endless analysis or meticulous planning. Instead, you prefer to gather the essential information and then trust your gut feeling to guide you. This intuitive approach can be incredibly valuable in fast-paced environments where rapid decision-making is crucial. However, it's important to remember that intuition isn't always foolproof. Sometimes, taking a step back to gather more information can lead to better decisions. Ready for the next illusion? Let's see what other fascinating insights we can uncover about your personality. This next illusion features 2 faces gazing into each other's eyes. Did you notice this loving couple first? If so, you might be a true romantic at heart. You value love, connection, and understanding above all else. Relationships are incredibly important to you, and you cherish the deep bonds you share with your loved ones. You have a warm, compassionate personality and a natural ability to empathize with others. People are drawn to your positive energy and your ability to create a sense of harmony. So, if you're someone who saw the 2 faces first, embrace your romantic heart and your empathetic soul. Let's move on to the next illusion and see what other hidden depths of your personality we can explore. This illusion features the face of a young woman. Were you immediately drawn to her features? If so, you likely possess a keen sense of observation and an ability to see patterns that others might miss. You're highly attuned to your surroundings, noticing subtle details and changes that often escape the notice of others. This awareness allows you to pick up on nonverbal cues and understand underlying motivations. This observational prowess makes you a valuable asset in many situations. However, it's important to remember that not everyone is as observant as you are. Sometimes it's helpful to share your observations gently and avoid overwhelming others with too much information. Let's move on to the next illusion and see what other fascinating aspects of your personality we can uncover. Chapter 7. The Optimistic Mouse. In this next illusion, a tiny mouse is hidden within the image. Did you spot it right away? If so, you might possess an optimistic outlook on life. You tend to focus on the positive aspects of any situation, always searching for the silver lining. This optimistic attitude is contagious, uplifting those around you and inspiring hope even in difficult times. You have a knack for finding the good in people and situations, and your positive energy is infectious. However, it's also important to remember that not every situation will have a perfectly happy ending. Sometimes it's okay to acknowledge the negative emotions and process difficult experiences. So, if you're someone who naturally sees the glass as half full, embrace your optimism. But remember, it's okay to acknowledge the challenges too. Ready for the next illusion? Let's see what other hidden aspects of your personality we can uncover. Chapter 8. The Free Spirit. This illusion features a woman gazing out of a window. Did this image capture your attention first? If so, you might possess a free-spirited nature, drawn to adventure and new experiences. You value spontaneity and freedom, preferring to go with the flow rather than being tied down by rigid plans or routines. You're a natural explorer, eager to embrace the unknown and discover what lies beyond the horizon. However, it's also important to remember that a little planning and preparation can go a long way. While spontaneity is exhilarating, it's also important to consider the potential consequences of your actions. So, if you're someone who's drawn to the open road and the thrill of the unknown, embrace your free-spirited nature. Let's move on to the next illusion and see what other fascinating insights we can uncover about your personality. Chapter 9. The Analytical Musician. This illusion features a man playing the saxophone. Did this image resonate with you first? If so, you might possess a strong analytical mind, drawn to logic, reason, and intellectual pursuits. You excel in fields that require critical thinking, problem-solving, and a methodical approach. You have a knack for numbers, languages, and complex systems. Your friends and colleagues often seek your advice, valuing your ability to analyze situations objectively. However, it's also important to remember that not everything in life can be solved with logic alone. Sometimes it's important to tap into your intuition and consider the emotional aspects of a situation. So if you're someone who naturally gravitates towards logic and analysis, embrace your analytical mind. Ready for the next illusion? Let's see what other hidden aspects of your personality we can uncover. Chapter 10. The Logical Squirrel. This illusion features a squirrel perched on a branch. Did you spot this furry creature right away? If so, it might indicate that the left hemisphere of your brain, often associated with logic, language, and analytical thinking, is particularly dominant. You excel in tasks that require linear thinking, sequential processing, and attention to detail. This left brain dominance can be incredibly beneficial in many areas of life. However, it's also important to remember that the right hemisphere of your brain, associated with creativity and emotional intelligence, is equally important. So, if you're someone who naturally gravitates towards logic and analysis, embrace your left brain strengths. Let's move on to our final illusion and see what other fascinating insights we can uncover about your personality. Chapter 11. The Detail-Oriented Seal. Our final illusion features a seal basking in the sun. Did you notice this aquatic mammal right away? If so, you might possess an exceptional eye for detail and a knack for spotting patterns that others often miss. You have a keen sense of observation and a methodical approach to problem solving. This attention to detail serves you well in many areas of life, from your professional endeavors to your personal relationships. You're thorough, accurate, and meticulous in your work, ensuring that nothing is overlooked. However, it's also important to remember that not every detail carries equal weight. Sometimes it's necessary to step back, prioritize the most important information, and avoid getting bogged down in minutiae. So if you're someone who naturally notices the subtle details, embrace your detail-oriented nature. But remember, a balanced approach, combining attention to detail with the ability to see the bigger picture, will serve you well in all aspects of life. Outro. Share your results. So there you have it, 11 optical illusions that offer a glimpse into the fascinating complexities of your personality. Did you learn anything new and unexpected about yourself? Tell us about your results in the comments below. Remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends, and click subscribe to stay on the bright side of life. We've got plenty more engaging content coming your way, exploring the wonders of science, psychology, and the human experience. Thanks for joining us on this journey of self-discovery, and until next time, stay curious.